It is that time again. Crazy little thing called Lovdev. Today's episode is 125. Once bitten, twice bite. Hello, it's Monday. Well, Monday's the day I released the podcast. But this could be any day that I recorded it. Yeah. I had a very eventful weekend. I say weekend, last weekend, after the other podcast that I recorded. Basically, I forgot to mention that I was doing my solo show, Half Soaked, in Buxton Fringe Festival. Buxton Fringe Festival runs every year for 3 weeks, I believe. 2 to 3 weeks in July. I did my solo show. It was at a venue called the Underground Springs in Buxton, which is next to the Underground Springs shopping centre. And I believe they own all of that strip, from what the security guards told me outside whilst I was chatting with them. Nice guys they were. They didn't watch my show, but they were nice. I'd invited them in. I said, come in. They said, no, we don't want to infringe. I said, no, you're more than welcome. The more people in there, the better. Talking about more people, on the first day I did my show, I had about 12 people. Initially, it started with 2. And I was debating with my agent whether I should do it or not. And I was complaining, going, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. There's only 2 people. Then they messaged me back an hour later going, there's now 6. And I thought, well, 6 is better than 2. And I got to the venue and then it doubled. It got to 12 people, 12 paying customers. I'm not including the sound tech guy who was Martin. Martin used to run, not used to run, he used to do the sound at Just a Tonic, but he said he's not doing it anymore for them. So it was nice to see Martin, a nice familiar face. I saw another comedian there, Nick Cassidy, who I've only met at the Fringe Festival. Funny enough, I've never ever gigged with him. I think he's London-based, but we've never shared the same bill. I might be wrong, but I'm 100% sure that has never happened. Anyway, Friday was a great show. Well, it was alright, I'll be honest. It was okay. I felt a bit rusty. I felt like I missed out bits in my set. I had to do a callback to another previous bit that I forgot to do. And I'll be honest, so what I initially did, I had all of my notes on a board, right, on a cardboard, and I lost that, and I don't know where it's gone. It's just disappeared. So I had to go through all my old videos and write it all out again. And then there's material that I didn't even do on the day because of time and because I forgot what to put it in my set. But I didn't have any time. So that was Friday. I did feel rusty. People said they enjoyed it. And then the following day, I thought, you know what? I'm still going to go back up because I had 2. And then that magically went up to 5 people. So on the last day, it was a Monday and it was a late show. So this show I did, the last one. So I only did 2, right? The last one started at 10 o'clock in the night. I was absolutely shattered. So I went to work. Had a very eventful day at work. I'm not going to say what happened, but you know the job I do, and it's very hard. So after that, I went straight to the gym because I didn't go in the morning. I thought if I go in the gym in the morning, I'm going to be tired, and then I won't be bothered to do my show in the evening. So I went to the gym, did a bit of workout, felt okay. By the time I got to the venue, I was like, oh my God, I'm tired now. I'm ready for bed. Got there about 9:30 in Buxton. By the way, Buxton is beautiful. What a beautiful part of the country. I've always said Derbyshire is a beautiful place in the UK. Got to Buxton. They told me there was only 5. I said, that's fine. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going ahead. You know, the show must go on. Plus, if I didn't do it, I would have lost out on money. I would have lost out on £60 a show. I know. And it wasn't that cheap either to get hold of the venue. It was a proper venue, do you know what I mean? Like, really nice venue. As soon as you walked in through the door, you're inside the room. There was a stage, great lighting, the sound was great, seating was perfect. It was an ideal room for stand-up comedy. I performed to the 5, and I'll tell you what, I couldn't have asked for a better audience. All 5 of them were so lovely. They were more lovely than the audience I had on the Sunday evening. I could have that 5 people at every show I do. Of course, I would have loved more, but I was so pleased with them because they were enjoying it. And I think it helped with me saying some of my stuff is a little bit edgy, but just remember, folks, it's just jokes. It's just part of the set. And I think me saying that eased them a little bit. So I thought, I'm trying to give them permission to laugh, not to feel awkward. Because when there's fewer people, you think, oh, they're not going to laugh as much. But they did. They really enjoyed it. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. I think it was probably the best show that I've done of Half Soaked. I was more relaxed. The material flowed beautifully out of my mouth. Everything, every bit that I wanted laughs, got laughs. So I'm really, really pleased with that show. And like I said, I'd love to do a tour. That is my main aim. I want to do a tour. I don't know how to go about it. If you're a tour manager, come and speak to me. Talking about speak to me, I will go back to my show. There is a new option now. If you listen to this podcast through Buzzsprout, which is the provider for the podcast, they now have a button on there. You can send me a message straight away. It's a text message. It's free for you guys to get in touch with me. So just drop me a message, anything about the show, anything you liked about whatever episode it was. The more feedback I get, the better this show can be. Yeah, thank you. And if you were at my show and you're listening to my podcast, thank you for coming down and supporting me. I really appreciate it. It's quite hard. And one thing is, my show was very different. I'm talking about Half Soaked show. Very, very different to other shows out there because of the material and the stuff I talk about. I'm not scared to talk about stuff that I really is close to my heart. Things that have happened through my life, my family's life. That's what comedy is. Comedy is all about life and making people happy, I suppose, in a way. I did get a review. I got a review. It was on the first day of my show, which was the Sunday. Which was the Monday. I don't even know what day I'm talking about. It was definitely Sunday. I did Sunday and Monday. So Sunday, I got a review. I'm going to read it out to you. The review was there. I knew he came in because he said, I'm the reviewer, to the person who was checking the names on the doors. And here is my review of Half Soaked. It was put up on the Buxton Fringe website, so I believe it's an official review. The review title is Lovdev Barpega Half Soaked, presented by Ingenious Fools Limited, who is my agent. This is the review. It says, last night saw the debut of podcaster, that's me, crazy little thing called Lovdev, carer and erstwhile taxi driver Lovdev Barpega at the Buxton Fringe, hailing from deep in the Black Country somewhere. I'm not from the Black Country, I'm from Birmingham. I will explain why they said that, but don't panic. I'm kind of Black Country, little bit. I think I am, Bab. Somewhere just off the M6, Lovdev bought us a slice of cross-cultural humour. Something the Fringe has largely been missing, it must be said. Normally a deliverer of one-liners, Lovdev, or Lovdave, as his neighbours want to call him, was stretching out into a more observational and character-driven act. It was a bit of a roller coaster ride, to be fair, with quite a few punchlines landing with the audience, and most of the characters were memorable. The Nigerian faith healer was one that stuck. Snippets of family life added to the flavour of the show and illustrated a life of dodging casual racism with humour. However, there were a number of flat spots, which I agree there was, but this was the first show. And Lovdev is still getting to know his material and what works with different audiences. That is spot on. Now, with my material, not everyone... I don't know whether they... It's not that they don't agree with it. It's like they hesitate to laugh because of the stuff I talk about on stage. But it does need to be said. Like, you know what I mean? My show is different. And I'm glad he said that because it is different. And that's what I love about my show. And that's what I love about myself. I'm not holding back anymore, folks. The review continues. So it says, that said, the audience enjoyed themselves, as did Lovdev. I bloody loved it. And we can't ask for much more than that, can we? Get down to Underground tonight for his final show at this year's Fringe and encourage him to come back next year. Wow, what a great review. That review was by a guy named Ian Parker Heath. I don't know much about this Ian Parker. I haven't really checked on him. But I'm really pleased with that. I mean, it's true. There were a couple of flat spots. That was because, like I said, I forgot bits of material. And I did feel a little bit rusty on the very first show at Buxton Fringe. But come the second show, I was a lot more confident, a lot more relaxed. And like I said, it was the audience that made that difference. They made me feel relaxed and comfortable. And I was enjoying it more, and then they enjoyed it. So all in all, it was a great show. I'm really pleased with the review. I'm pleased with my half-soaked show. I would love to take it on tour, as I said, and I just want to keep doing it. And I'm actually already writing for another show. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I'm already writing for my next show, and I don't know what it's going to be about, but I want it to have an angle of some kind. So there we go. I did that, and I forgot to mention. I know I mentioned it a few podcast episodes previously that I'm doing this Buxton Fringe, and I should have mentioned it more. But I don't know whether. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how many people listen to this podcast. That's why I say leave a review, give me 5 stars, give me 3 stars, give me 1 star if you didn't like it. I'd rather take the honest opinion than anything else. But if you're listening to this, then you must enjoy it, innit? Or your life must just be really boring. It helps on that drive, doesn't it? Wherever you're going right now. I don't know. Maybe you're chilling in the house. Got this in the background. So there we go. I just wanted to mention that. I thought let's go and do the usual stuff that we do. How about we do
Ask the UK.
Posted by Utopian201 on the Reddit forum. As always, bring it from there. That's where I get all my stuff. That's where I get my ideas to write more material. So this question, I can't really answer it straight away. I will try. But the question they've put down is this a scam or what? Question mark. Buying items from a homeless person. Right. Buying stuff from a homeless person. How much stuff does this homeless person have? The only thing I can think of that they could sell is 1, their paper cup where they collect money from. 2, sleeping bag. Not all of them have a sleeping bag, but sleeping bag, yeah. Cardboard box. That's all I can think of. Is that all homeless people have? I'm not sure. They do obviously get change. They can't sell money that people... Yeah. Can you sell money for money? I suppose that's Bitcoin for you, isn't it? This is an interesting one. I'm going to carry on reading what they've put down. Maybe I'll have an answer then. Who knows? Utopian said, I was walking home at about 11 o'clock in the night when a homeless person come up to me and asked, I don't want any money, but can you buy me a toothbrush, toothpaste and shampoo from that Nisa over there? Oh, I've misread the question. He said buying items for a homeless person. Not buying stuff off them. I should have read that before, innit? I should have read it properly. I have bought stuff for a homeless person. I just love this podcast, man. Like how it, do you know what? The universe works in in a very mysterious and amazing way. Buying items, I have. Now, I remember buying some stuff for this homeless. I don't know whether they were homeless. They said they were. But I'm not sure. I think I've already mentioned this, but I'll quickly mention it again. So I did my solo show at Birmingham Comedy Festival. I think it was a joint show with Ricky Balshaw. We called the show Pack and Spack because he's disabled. And I'm the pack, but obviously I'm an Indian. Anyway, there was this woman, right, and she'd come up to me and she was like, "Excuse me, mate, have you got any change?" And I said, "I don't have any change, but I'll buy you something if you want." And she was like, "All right then." So I went down the shop, right? She goes, "Get me a cake, some crisps, a drink," and there was one other thing. You know when you think you're going to buy one item for a homeless person, but you end up buying 4 or 5 different items? But in a way, I thought, do you know what? It doesn't matter. It's only a bit, what is it, a fiver, less than a tenner? It's fine. I'd rather buy them something than give them money and know that they're going to go and use it and spend drugs. And then Ricky said to me, "You've been scammed, mate." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, She was in a wheelchair, but it was an electric wheelchair. So how does she charge up electric wheelchair? She probably gets this stuff, right, and then takes it off me and then sells it to her mates. Probably sells it to the other homeless lot. Yeah, here's a cake. You want it 10 pence or whatever, 50p. I don't know. So yeah, I have bought stuff for people. And funny enough, it was a Nisa as well. Same shop. Maybe that's where they hang around. Outside Nisa's. Nisa is a shop brand in the UK. It's not a big company, but it's like, you know, corner shop kind of thing. Person wanted a toothbrush, toothpaste, and shampoo. I would have happily bought that for them. It wouldn't bother me. It's only a couple of quid, isn't it? I thought, yeah, okay, put yourself in their shoes, etc., etc. Good on you, lad. We got into the Nisa. He walked straight to the back, picks out a toothbrush, a toothpaste, a shampoo, and deodorant. And he goes to the counter and hands over the items. The 4 items come up to 20 quid. 20 quid. That's a lot of money. At this point, I'm thinking, this is almost the same as my weekly grocery shop. The shampoo and stuff I buy is about £1. No name bottom shelf brands from Asda. So I would have expected the lot to be no more than 8 quid that he pays because he's already started walking towards the door. When we walk out, he asks, "Do you also have any spare change?" That's hilarious. The geezer bought all this stuff and he still asks for change. I said, "Dude, I just spent £20 and felt taken advantage of instead of glad that I helped out a homeless person." He's put down, "Is this some sort of scam or am I just butthurt that I blew almost weekly grocery budget on 4 toiletries?" That's hilarious. I don't think it's a scam. Do you know what, mate? I don't know. You can only tell by looking at them, innit? Sometimes you can tell if they are homeless or they're just on the drugs. I don't know, mate. I feel sorry for you anyway. Because that's a lot, innit? Shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant. For 20 quid? What kind of toothpaste is it? I mean, a toothbrush is what? About £2.50? Toothpaste, probably about £2 in a local shop. Your shampoo and your deodorant, they're about 2-3 quid each, aren't they? I mean, it's a shame you weren't near an Aldi or a Lidl. Or a Home Bargains or something like that, you know what I mean? You could have just... Yeah, you probably just would have spent a tenner, if that. Not even that. And he still wanted change. That's hilarious. I bet you didn't give him any change. I don't think I would give him change. What I'd like to read what other people have put down to reply to this message. Someone said, "Did you pay cash? If so, I'm guessing he has a deal with the shop owner." That's hilarious. After you leave, he goes back in and gets a full refund. That's brilliant. You never know, innit? He probably does get a refund. So a pharmacy in my area had a similar scam. This person was getting prescription for expensive catheters. The pharmacist/owner was paying him money to not supply, but still charged the NHS as if he was. So the pharmacy was in on it as well. And they're charging the NHS. Man, that's fraud, innit? You can't do that. That's like, yeah, that's proper fraud. That is such a funny question, though. I love that question, man. These people love scamming. They love scamming, innit? I love when my phone tells me there's a scam caller calling me. You know when your phone rings nowadays and you don't know the number, and then you'll see like a red stop sign kind of logo, and it will say, it will have like an exclamation mark or something on it like that. Some kind of weird alphabet, English, what do you call them? Exclamation marks. I've lost the plot. It will say on there, warning, potential scammer. But what do? I still pick up the phone. I still want to talk to them because no one rings me in it. So I might as well speak to these scammers. Most of the time, it's always about investment. Oh, hello, is this so-and-so? Yeah, I'm an investment company. I don't do investments, Bab. It's not my thing. Oh, no, but you might be interested in it. Why would I be interested in it? I don't know what scam this could be anything. You want me to give you money where I don't even know where it's going? Are you mad? I'll just say to them, listen, I don't have time. They even say, oh, we'll call you back and we'll tell you all about it. I don't want to know about it. No, don't call. Unless it's not a gig, right? Don't call me. I don't want to talk too much about the football. You guys know I'm not into football, but I had to watch the England against Netherlands team, and I was quite impressed with the way they were playing. I don't have a clue. I don't even know what offside is. I don't get that rule. And I was watching the match and I saw the penalty and I thought, is that really a penalty? That's more of a tackle, innit? Then I saw the geezer, the referee, running up to see the screen. They do that sign language, don't they? To say box, which means screen, innit? So anyway, he ran over there and he looked at it and he was standing there for about a minute and he knows that there are billions of people watching him, watching that telly. What's the decision he's gonna make? In my head, I was thinking, I bet this geezer's getting paid, you know. Gareth Southgate has probably paid this guy $1 million or something. Probably $1 million, innit? I'll give you $1 million, mate. Yeah. Look at the screen and go, yeah, it's a penalty. But if they don't score, you don't get the money. But if they do score, guaranteed, I'll give you $2 million. That's what I thought when I saw the match. I thought that's what's happening. There's some kind of scam going on here. The Netherlands got robbed, innit? But everyone's like, it don't matter. It's a decision he made. It's okay. And then England scored again. Watkins scored a second goal. And I was like, go on, England. Go on, man. Yeah, man. Watkins, bad boy. You see the bad boy there? I don't know why I'm speaking like that, but yeah. So I did watch the England match, and then obviously the final was yesterday. Because you guys are listening to the podcast today, I don't know who's won, but whoever won, congratulations. The best team won. If it was England, amazing. Actually, the Keir Starmer, we got a new Prime Minister now. I don't want to talk too much about politics, but I read somewhere that he said, if England win, we're going to have a bank holiday Monday. I don't know how true that is, but if it is, I don't mind because I get double pay. I still have to go into work. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm missing out. I still have to go. I have no choice. So if it is double pay, yeah, I'll be happy with that. So let's move on and do no stupid questions. Okay, this one is a little bit squeamish because maybe some of you will be like, ugh. It's the reason why I've chose it. I don't even know if I have an answer to this. I'm not even qualified enough to answer this question. I mean, I know I'm an Indian, but it doesn't help one way or bit. What's the question you're asking, Lovdev? Here it is. During brain surgery, does the exposed brain get dry? This one's been posted by Discipline Sad 3893. The question they have asked is, during brain surgery, does the exposed brain get dry? Like I said, I'm not qualified for this answer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a brain surgeon. I have no idea. I'm guessing the reason they're asking this question is because the brain kind of like... I'm guessing there's a lot of fluid up there, isn't it, in the brain? There's got to be it. Is there? Is there like a residue that covers the brain? As I'm talking, I'm trying to feel my own brain, like in my mind. I don't know why. That is not even helping. I'm going to say there is some kind of fluid, I think. So when they're doing brain surgery, does it dry up? Let's say there is, yeah. Does it dry up? That's a good question though, isn't it? Because obviously, if you crack your head open, which I have done, does it dry out? Like, I'm assuming there's blood up there as well. There's got to be blood up there, isn't it? So does the blood act like a defense mechanism for the fluid? I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they've put down, there's really no other way to say this. Does the brain dry out? Should it be moist or should it be dry? Having a conversation with a friend and one has suggested they moisturise the brain with medical goop. He said he can't find anything on Google about this. Please save our brains. Someone has put down, a neurosurgeon here. He probably isn't, but he says he is. If brain is exposed and especially working under the operating microscope, the brain tissue runs the risk of getting dried by the heat of the microscope light. We often cover parts of the brain with cottonoid patties that are soaked in normal saline or lactated ringer solution to keep it moist, and every once in a while we'll just irrigate the brain with the same fluid. For those of you interested in what we use to interrogate the brain, oh god, this guy's put an image. I'm gonna have a look at it. Oh, thank god. I thought it was going to be a picture of an actual brain with the fluid that they use, but he's put on there. He's put a link to an Amazon. This guy's put an Amazon link, and you can buy this thing. Right? It's basically, I'll tell you what it is. Right? It's called a Covidian Dover bulb syringe. Right? So basically, it's a syringe. Yeah, a plastic syringe. And on the top of it, it's got like this ball on it. And the ball goes into the syringe. And like a bit like a horn. Like a clown's horn and the end of it where you squeeze it and it goes, ah, 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 ah. Yeah, that rubber bit. That's what it basically looks like. That's what I could describe. A green ball on the top of a syringe. So I'm guessing the fluid is in there and then they just squeeze it like that. I'm using my hand for some weird reason. You guys can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, the answer to his question is they do. They have to put this like fluid on the brain as they're working on it every now and again. Do you know what? I've never thought of this question. Who would have thought of this question? That's why I love this forum. No stupid questions. Absolutely brilliant. Talking about forums and whatever and stuff, I think we should crack on and do the weird news story. Today's weird news story comes all the way from the homeland, India. Ding 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 ding. I don't know why I did a racist Indian tune then. I think it was more sheer joy than anything. So this story is a bit bizarre. But the title I read it and I was like, this is hilarious. The story is, here we go, ready for it. Man bites a snake to death after it attacked him. A man bit a snake to death. I've got to hear this. A man in India bit a snake back after it attacked him. Was he like, ow, I'll get you back, you snake. Resulting in the snake's death. He killed the snake. That's mad, innit? The 35-year-old rail worker, Santosh Lahore, shout out to Santosh Lahore, was working in a forested region near the city of Nawada in Bihar, India, when the incident occurred on Tuesday evening. When Lahar went to sleep, the reptile suddenly attacked him. He reacted by rapidly seizing the snake and biting it back twice. He was like, take that again, and he killed the creature. In some parts of India, there is a superstition that biting a snake transfers the venom back to the reptile. In my village, there's a belief that if a snake bites you, you must bite it back twice to neutralize the venom. This is what Lahore told India today, which is an news article. The species of snake that bit him has not been confirmed. I'm guessing he's still alive, this guy. After the bite, Lahar was rushed to the hospital by his colleagues. He was kept overnight and responded well to treatment. The Times of India reported indicating he had been given anti-venom and he was discharged from the hospital the next day. India is home to a diverse range of snake species, including several that are highly venomous. Some of the country's most dangerous snakes include the Indian cobra, also known as the spectacled cobra, the common krait, the Russell's viper, and the saw-scaled viper. These four species are sometimes called the Big Four due to their powerful venom and the proportion of a snake bite injuries they cause. India is also home to the venomous king cobra and the banded krait. According to a 2020 study, Russell's viper alone accounted for 43% of the snake bites in India between 2000 and 2019. 43%. Wow. With kraits making up to 18% of bites and cobras 12%. Agriculture workers, rural residents, and those living in close proximity to snake habitats are at a higher risk of being bitten by a venomous snake. So according to the same study, there are about 1.2 million snake bite deaths. Wow. From 2000 and 2019. That's a lot. 1.2 million snake bites. Is that just India or is that the whole world? Probably just India, innit? India's so overpopulated, I'm guessing that is the real reason. 1.11 to 1.77 million bites occur annually, with 70% representing envenomation. I think that's what it says. And then 58,000 people of that million are dead. So the venom of these snakes are usually contain neurotoxins which cause symptoms like blurred vision, drooping eyelids, difficulty breathing, as well as hemotoxins which lead to pain, swelling, bruising, and hemorrhages. Bites by venomous snakes can cause acute medical emergencies involving shock, paralysis, hemorrhage, acute kidney injury, and severe local tissue destruction that can prove fatal or lead to permanent disability. Most deaths and serious consequences from snake bites, envenomation, there's that word again. Basically, that means exposure to venom and toxins from the bite. Why don't you just put that then instead? Instead of writing this envenomation. It's avoidable by timely access to safe and effective anti-venoms. That's the end of the story. I wanted more. I want to know what this... Did this guy get superpowers, man? Did he become Snake Man? Snake Man, he can bite anyone and he's got the venom. Dung, 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 dung. Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if someone in India turns this into a Bollywood movie. This will turn into a Bollywood movie. It will be about a man who can bite a snake back, probably. He's like what do they call it? Snake hunters. You know those people that go out, like they have in America. They call them and then they catch a snake and they don't kill them. They kind of rescue them and put them back in the wild. This guy is going to be that, innit? I'm waiting for the next weird news story to say this guy is become a superhuman. He turned into a snake himself. Bit like Spider-Man, innit? But Snake Man, he slithers on his belly. Like, he hisses a lot. He can't talk, he just hisses all the time, innit? And what else does he do? He sheds his skin every year. And when he shoots out venom from his mouth, it just instantly makes you whatever that said. Gives you swelling, pain, bruising. I need to stop watching movies.